Hey guys, it's Angelo Christian. Thank you so much for checking us out today. If you're probably watching this now, you inquired about getting some information about buying a home, and I'm going to walk you through the whole entire process. And so first, I'd like to say again, thank you so much. We're very grateful for you wanting to check us out today to learn and get more information about buying a home and getting a mortgage and trying to discover, what's the best loan program, what are the options. So basically, the agenda for today is to show you how to buy a house, explain the whole loan process to you, the loan programs and the benefits, the requirements, what's needed for documentation, and how we might be able to help you in this great endeavor for you buying a home. And so that's what the agenda is, and explaining and teaching you all the different programs and opportunities that are out there and some of the best practices and tips that are needed when buying a home, and walking you through that process, because the more education and knowledge that you have, the better off you're going to be to make sure that you don't leave any money on the table, you don't get ripped off. And so knowledge is very powerful. And so when you're buying a house, there's a lot of ambiguity. It's very confusing, and you don't know which loan program to do, how your credit needs to look, what your debt ratio needs to look like. Do you need a realtor? Do you need a broker? So I'm going to kind of walk you through that whole process today. Basically, what we're going to be talking today about first is we're going to be going into the different loan programs that are available, and also the home loan process. So the first thing is that when you're looking to buy a house, you're trying to figure out, what type of loan to get. And so there's FHA loans, there's USDA loans, there's conventional loans, there's jumbo loans, there's all these different type of loan programs. And so you want to see what loan program do you want to do. So a USDA loan is a no money down, it's 100% financing home loan program. It's for rural or semi-rural areas, usually on the outskirts of a major city. So like if you're, buying in Dallas, you could use the USDA loan on the outskirts of Dallas and get zero down financing and have all your closing costs included. You can buy a brand new home. You can buy an existing home. You can even buy a foreclosure, or you can even have a house built. It does require that you have a 620 or higher credit score requirement. And there's income caps. Typically, your income has to be below, for a family of 5, below $115,000 a year. A family of 4 typically has to be under $95,000 a year. So, but it's a great opportunity because it has a very low fixed mortgage rate, and it's no money down, 100% financing. It's really a no-brainer because you don't have to put a down payment. You have a very cheap house mortgage payment. Your property taxes or insurance are included. Now, this loan program is for single-family homes only. It's not for trailers or mobile homes, but you can purchase a modular home with it, and also, like I said, a single family. But again, there's a USDA map that you have to follow. You have to make sure that that loan fits within the map. And what we do whenever we pre-approve you, we actually connect you with one of our USDA-approved realtors, and then they would meet with you to help you to go and find a house to buy. So that's a USDA loan, and it's a really great program. Like I said, we're one of the largest providers of it in the country and what we specialize in. The other program that you can do is called an FHA loan, and that's for urban areas, like if you're going to buy like in, LA or Houston or Orlando, or Dallas, and there's no location restriction. You can purchase anywhere you want. And now this program doesn't have income limits. You can get up to zero down, 100% financing, and you don't have to have an income limit. You can make $200,000 a year, but there are loan limits to the program. And so with the FHA loan, usually each county depends on how much you can go up to. Like, for example, most counties are around $300,000 is the maximum that you can go up to. Some counties, like in LA, you can go up to $600,000. In some areas, like in Miami, you can go up to like $500,000. But there is a loan limit. But it'll allow you to purchase anywhere you want. Now, with this program, we do go down to a 550 credit score. Also, the debt ratio is a little bit more generous. You can go up to a 55% debt ratio. The FHA is one of the most popular loan programs. You can be a first-time buyer. You can be a current homeowner. Even with the USDA, you do not have to be a first-time home buyer. You can also be an existing homeowner as well. And so it doesn't matter if you currently own real estate or not. You can still purchase a home with the FHA or the USDA and get zero down financing. And so these are the two most popular loan programs in the industry that you can get zero down financing with. The other option is if you're a veteran, you served in the military, then there's obviously the VA home loan program that you can get 100% financing. And we go down to a 550 credit score for this loan program. And so, and you can go up to a loan of $424,000 for most of the country. If you served in the military and you have VA benefits, then you're eligible to apply for that program. And it's also, very generous. You can go up to a 56% debt ratio. We go down to a 550 credit score with that loan program. And you can buy brand new, existing condos, townhomes. Now, with the FHA and the VA, you can also purchase manufactured and mobile homes as well, in addition to single family or condos. So you have a lot of different flexibility with the VA and the FHA, as well. So the other option that is available is a conventional loan. Now, conventional loans are typically for people that have, 660 or higher credit scores. And the major advantage with conventional over a government loan is that there's no mortgage insurance on the loan after you have 20% equity in the property. So once you hit 20% equity in the property, you no longer have to carry mortgage insurance on your loan. It'll actually come off, so your payment will actually be cheaper. But typically with conventional, you have to put a small down payment of 3%, sometimes more. But the major advantage is not having to carry that mortgage insurance. And if you put 20% down on a conventional loan, then you don't have to escrow your property taxes and your insurance and your house payment. So a lot of people, like when you do an FHA or USDA loan, you have to include your property taxes and insurance in your mortgage payment for the life of the loan. And you have to carry mortgage insurance on your loan. For an FHA loan, it's 0.85%. And USDA, it's 0.35. It's very cheap insurance to insure the loan in case you go into foreclosure or you lose your home. That insurance will pay off the loan so nothing happens to you. So basically, these are all great loan programs. And what we do during the home loan process is when we make an application, we get you pre-approved. We're going to find out what loan program do you qualify for, which one's going to be best for you, whether it's USDA, FHA, conventional. It's based on what your goals are and what your credit and financial situation is. And we can give you an approval for all the programs, FHA, VA, USDA. It's entirely up to you. And so there's also first-time buyer tax credits. If you're a first-time buyer, you can get up to $10,000 of tax credit to apply towards your income tax liability and your closing costs. So that's a huge savings if you're a first-time buyer. And if you are a first-time buyer, we also have up to $15,000 of down payment assistance programs with FHA and conventional and USDA. That can help with your down payment and your closing costs no matter where you live in the country. If you're looking to build a house and you want to get to build a home, we can do land and home packages with if you're trying to do a mobile home, a modular home, or a single family. We can give you the money to buy land and build your very own custom home if you'd like to. So we have those type of options. Some of them are zero down and some of them are 3.5% down. So it's really cool if that's something that you're interested in. Or you can buy a brand new house from a builder. You can even buy a foreclosure. If you see a house that's foreclosed, you could purchase a foreclosure home. And you can also get cash back to fix up the house. So there's a lot of different options that you can do depending on what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish for. And whenever you apply below and you get started, you're going to tell us, which loan program that you want to do, whether you want to do USDA, FHA, VA, construction, land and home package, and all that's up to you, whatever you like to do. The first thing that when you're buying a house, what you want to do is you want to call and inquire with your lender, your mortgage broker, or you can work with me directly. And you want to find out, what we want to do is find out, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to build a house? Are you trying to, purchase an existing home? Are you trying to buy a home from someone in your family? Where do you want to live? What part of town do you want to be in? Do you want a condo? Do you want a townhome? Do you want to build a duplex? Do you just want a traditional single family home? Do you want to buy a brand new house from a builder? So we need to find out, what is it that you want, right? And where do you want to live? So let's just say that you wanted to buy a house in Houston, on the outskirts in the Woodlands, Texas, and you wanted to buy a $300,000 home, a brand new house, and you needed a 5-bedroom, 4,000 square foot house with 3.5 baths. And I knew very specifically what you wanted. Okay. Then the next step would be we would make an application where you're going to email me your income documents, or you can upload them to our bank secure portal, your last 2 years of your W-2s or tax returns, 2015, 2016 tax returns. Or if you're self-employed, your most recent bank statements that you have. And then if you're not self-employed, you'd also include your 1 month of your most recent pay stubs and a copy of your identification. You would submit all that. You'd fill out the application below. Whenever you apply, you can click on the link to apply and give us 2 years of your work history, 2 years of your employment history, and your basic information. And then that gets submitted to my underwriting team to review your application to get you approved for the loan. Okay. Now that takes about 2 days, where we review your income and your credit to determine what you qualify for. So in this process, we're trying to get you approved for the $300,000 home. We're checking your income, checking your employment references, and your debt ratio to see what you're going to qualify for. So we verify your credit with Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax to get you approved for the loan. And so after 48 hours, the goal is to give you a pre-approval letter. And that pre-approval letter is an authorization to be able to purchase the home. It's a letter about this big. It says that we verified your income and your credit, and that you have the autonomy and the power to be able to purchase a home. And that shows the realtors and the seller that you're qualified and you have the money to be able to purchase this home. And it's called a pre-approval letter. So a pre-qualification letter is just whenever we have our initial conversation, we've actually taken it to the next step, and we have you pre-approved for the loan. Okay? And so from there, we would connect you with you can work with one of our approved realtors, or you can work with your own agent if you'd like to. One of the benefits of working with one of our approved realtors, and you can have your closing costs included, and they're an expert at what they do, so that way you don't have to spend $7,000 or $8,000 on closing costs. You can get those included, because a lot of times if you work with an outside realtor, you have to pay your own closing costs, and that can get very expensive. But you can work with either one. But the objective would be is that they would meet with you to start looking for homes in the Woodlands or in whatever area you're at, to start shopping for a house to buy. And so they would visit with you at the office, and then you tell them, look, I want to buy in this area in this school district, and I need a 5-bedroom house, I need a 2-story, and I'd like half an acre of land. Then they're going to look for all the homes that meet those criteria for you, and then you're going to go and start looking at homes with them based on the weekend or in the evening or whatever your schedule is, to be able to meet with them and start looking for those homes to buy. And then once you find the house that you want, that the realtor will put the offer on the home and submit the offer with your pre-approval letter, and then that will give you the ability to purchase that home. Now the seller is going to look at your offer and see that you've been pre-approved for the loan, and the goal is to sign a purchase contract to be able to buy that home. Now, if the seller accepts your offer, then you'd go under contract with them, and then we would process and close the loan. Usually you're going to go under contract for usually 30 to 45 days, depending on what loan program that you do. Okay? And so once you sign the purchase agreement to buy the house, then we're going to, you're going to order an inspection on the home. They come out to inspect the property, and then we're going to order an appraisal on the home. First thing that we do is we get an inspection on the home to make sure the home is kosher and there's nothing wrong. They check the frame, they check the plumbing, they check the electrical, and that's something that you normally pay out of pocket. It costs about $300. If you want to get a termite inspection, that's normally about $100, and you normally pay that out of pocket too. After that inspection is done, then we're going to order an appraisal on the home. That's something also that you pay out of pocket, and that runs about $550. And so that determines the value of the home, how much the home is going to appraise for. And so, because you don't want to overpay for something that's not worth it. If the house is selling for $300 and it only appraises for $280, then you're not gonna. We can't finance $300 because it only appraised for $280. So the seller's got to lower his price. So these are typically two of the things that you'll pay for out of pocket. Also, when you go under contract, you're going to also put earnest money, which is your good faith deposit to secure the home. And that's typically, usually about 1% of the purchase price. So if you buy a $300,000 home, they may want you to put up $3,000. That money is refunded back to you at closing, or it can be applied towards your down payment or your closing cost. But if for whatever reason you're not able to secure the loan and you can't get approved, then that money is fully refundable to you. Okay. Typically, the only things that you'd pay out of pocket for is your down payment, if that's a loan program that you're doing, and your appraisal and your inspection. All right. So basically, one of the major advantages, I want to show you here a chart of why you'd want to work with us over Wells Fargo or Quicken. If you look here on the left, this is our loan right here. And the interest rate is at a 3.875% today. Quicken, we pulled this off their websites at a 4.5%. And so your payment's about $150 cheaper a month. You can see that on the comparison table. And here, your total out of pocket to buy a house with us is just $1,500. And with Quicken, it's $8,700 because you have to pay for your closing costs and your down payment. They don't offer zero down loans. So if you look at the bottom, at the end of the day, you're getting a lower interest rate with our program and less money out of pocket. So that's a reason why you would want to work with us over. And now, Quicken's a great company. Wells Fargo's a great company. And if you want to go with them, that's fine. I'm just showing you one of the main differences of how we're different is we can save you a lot of money on your interest rate and your closing costs. And if that's something that's important to you, keeping money in your pocket and not wasting it, then we'd love to help you out with it. But that's just something to take a look at. So, going back to the process here, once you have the appraisal done, let's say that the house doesn't appraise out and there's a problem with the appraisal, then you would negotiate with the seller to lower the price of the home, and typically they'll lower the price of the house. Now, if the house doesn't inspect out in the beginning, then we'll never move forward with the appraisal because there's a problem with the inspection. But typically, most of the houses do inspect out fine, or the seller will fix the issues if there is an issue with the inspection. Okay, so from there, if the inspection comes back good and the appraisal comes back good, then we're going to the processor. There's going to be a processor that works on your loan with our team, and they're going to meet with you. They're going to gather your most recent pay stubs, get your file set up for underwriting, and do a full review with you. They'll send out loan disclosures to you, and you'll get a loan package that'll come to you via email. It's a DocuSign document that you'll sign, and it'll go over the loan application with you. Now, it's not a contract. It's a loan application. It'll have your loan terms, your estimated interest rate, not your final interest rate, a loan package. It'll show your payment, how much your out-of-pocket expenses are. It has state and federal disclosures that you'll sign. You'll sign those documents, and then we'll actually go into the loan processing phase where they'll contact your employer to verify employment. They'll get with your bank to verify any funds and basically get the loan ready for underwriting. So once the loan is past pre-approval and now you've gone into contract and now your loan, we've got the appraisal and inspection done and you've signed your loan disclosures, now the next thing is they're going to get that loan ready for underwriting. Now, the underwriter is the person that is the risk manager of the bank, of the broker, of the lender that's reviewing your file, that grants your approval. They have the final say on your loan. They're going to review everything. So when you get pre-approved in the beginning, it's not a guaranteed approval. The underwriter makes the final decision, and they're going to review everything. So we send it up to them, and then they review it. And then the goal is to get a commitment letter from the underwriter. They're going to issue a loan commitment letter, and then that commitment letter is going to have conditions that have to be satisfied on that loan commitment letter. It'll say, yes, we're committed to give John Doe $300,000 loan to buy this house in the Woodlands, but he has to satisfy these conditions. Now, these conditions are typically, updated pay stubs, write a letter of explanation. You had a delinquency on a car payment last year, or you had some credit collections. I need some letters of an explanation on that. Verify the funds in your account for your closing. I need to see where those funds came from. I'm going to contact your employer to make sure that you really do work there and that you can verify your employment. So they're checking all of those things. And the processor is the liaison between you and your realtor and the underwriter, going back and forth, communicating to get your loan closed. And so they'll reach out to you. They'll ask you for more documentation. So don't be alarmed. That's part of the process. They've also, if the appraisal needs repairs, they'll work on appraising or fixing getting with the seller or the realtor or the contractor to fix the home. So they're basically the person here, and they're communicating with all these departments and parties to go back and forth to make sure that that your loan closes on time and that they have all the required documentation for the underwriter, so that way they can stay in compliance and close your loan on time. So basically, once, let's say that we get through the whole process and we've cleared all the underwriter's conditions, and now what happens is the underwriter will do a final review of everything and then sign off on your loan and issue something called a clear to close. That means that the loan's finally able to close, and then we'll actually lock your interest rate around this time. And the interest rate's based on what's happened in the market. It's based on what's happened with your credit. In the beginning, when you sign your application, that's an initial quote. That's not the final rate. So let's say that your rate was at 3.875 when you did your application. When you go to closing, it could be 3.5 or it could be 4.5, depending on what's happened in the market. The interest rates that are driven from the market, from the Federal Reserve, from the Treasuries, and the day that we actually lock the rate. And we'll actually go over that with you to determine when the best time to lock your interest rate is, okay? But at that time, the underwriter issues your clear to close, and we lock your interest rate. Then you're gonna get something in your email called a CD, a closing disclosure, that shows your final loan terms. You have to sign that 3 days prior for you going to closing. So you sign that closing disclosure, and you have to wait 3 days afterwards for you to be able to go to closing. So that has to be signed, and that's a breakdown of your loan terms. You'll sign that, and then you'll be able to go to closing. And so you're going to go to something called a settlement, either a real estate attorney's office or a title closing office, like you see Stewart Title, Fidelity Title, and that's where you actually do your final closing. You'll sign your final paperwork where your name will be put on the title to the property and the deed. You'll take title and ownership of the home, and you'll actually if you bring any money to closing, you bring your funds there with a certified check or money order. You cannot bring cash to the closing. But the other thing is you'll get the keys to the property. The home will be transferred into your name. The title leaves the seller's name. It goes into your name, and now you become the homeowner of the property. And so from there, the loan will fund. We'll wire the money to the title company. They will disperse the funds to the seller at the title company, and they will get the funds to the home, and you'll take ownership of the home. You'll go on the deed and the title to the property, and you'll have the mortgage in your name, and you'll have the keys, and you'll be able to move into your house that day. So that's how the whole home loan process works. Some of the questions that a lot of people ask is, well, what if my credit's not good enough? Well, I say that most cases, people's credit, the average person that applies with us has around a 600 credit score. We have a Fresh Start Credit Booster program where we can help you to get your score up. So don't worry about that. What if you have worked less than 2 years on a job? You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to have a 2-year work history. If you went to school, your job can be part of your school. Okay, if you've been to school, you just got out of college, we take your college transcripts and you can use that for your employment. Okay, What if you don't have $10,000 for a down payment? A lot of the programs, you don't need a down payment. Now, it's good to put a down payment if you can, because that can lower your mortgage payment, but you don't need $10,000. A lot of the people that we've helped, that, it's $850 move-in, $1,000 move-in. Not everybody, but a lot of cases, So now we lend nationwide. A lot of people ask, well, is it just in Texas? No, we lend in all 50 states. We close locally where you're at. You don't come to us. We close where you're at locally. We connect you with a local approved realtor in your area to meet with you and to help you to buy a house. Okay. So the other thing is, what if the other question I get is, what if the house doesn't appraise out? If the house doesn't appraise out, then we dispute the appraisal and with the seller, and we get the seller to drop the price of the home. So that way you don't overpay. What about closing costs? I mentioned earlier, if you go with one of our approved realtors, you typically don't have to pay closing costs. All right. What about down payment assistance programs is another question I get. Yes, we have down payment assistance programs, whether you're a first-time buyer or not, where you can get up to $15,000 of down payment assistance. Okay. What about first-time buyer tax credits? Yes. If we have first-time buyer tax credits that you can get up to $10,000 of tax credit. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, Angelo, you pull my credit, doesn't it hurt my score? No, it doesn't hurt your score. What hurts your credit score is if you do 20 or 30 inquiries all over town, and that hurts your credit score. What about if you've applied with another lender? Well, that doesn't hurt your credit score either. You're allowed 10 mortgage inquiries before it actually affects your credit. All right. A lot of questions I get is, is my information secure? Yes, we are a mortgage bank. Everything that you upload is bank level security. It's through a secure fax, a secure email, a secure portal. And we take that information very seriously. So anything that you send to us has the highest encryption and bank level security. Okay. So as far as the loan programs, well, Angelo, I'm self-employed. I can't verify my income. Don't worry. We have no documentation loans. We have stated bank statement loan programs if you can't verify your income, and you don't need to verify with tax returns. There's a lot of programs that we offer that you don't need tax returns. So you can just use your W-2 or a bank statement or a pay stub. So you don't have to worry about that. A lot of questions I get is, well, can I build a house? Yes, we have loans where you can buy the land and build a home. You can put a manufactured home. You can hire the builder and build a brand new house. You can buy an existing mobile home if you wanted to, or you can buy a $3 million condo on West Palm Beach, Florida. So we have loan programs for all different types of people. Even if you're not even a U.S. citizen, if you're from a citizen of another country, we have loan programs for you too. So you don't have to worry, well, because I'm a citizen of Mexico that I can't buy a house. No, we have loan programs if you want to reside in Mexico, but you just want to come to the U.S. occasionally, we can still give you a loan. Okay. So those are just some of the main questions that I get from people when they're buying a house and they have concerns. And I want to make sure I answer all your questions or your concerns. And if you have any more questions or concerns, feel free you can text us here at the number below. You can text there, or you can email us here at support, and we'll answer all your questions to make sure that I want to make sure we address everything with you. Those are some of the common questions that we get from people. There's no application fee. That's another question. Is there a fee? And there's no fee to apply. There's no contract. You can always change your mind. You're not locked into anything. You can use your own realtor if you want to. So you don't have to pay to get pre-approved. We're not trying to collect money from you. Our interest is in helping you, and that's our mission here with the company, is to help 1,000 families every single month to get into a home by offering affordable financing, focusing on zero down lending, and getting people into the home with the best loan terms. That's why we're here, because that's our mission. And actually, if you look at the Barker family, these are some of my clients that I helped. You look at the house they were living in. They were living in this apartment for like 7 years before they reached out to me. And I helped them to get into this home. This is a real life story of a family I helped in Colorado, and they were nice enough to share a picture of their home before and where they live at right now. Okay? So I want to do this for you. I want to help you. If you're not happy with where you're living, wherever that is, let's get you into a home that you deserve. Just like my clients here, the Barkers, I want to help you to get into a house. All right. So those are, some of the main takeaways here that I want you to have. Again, if you have any more questions, text me or email me. And I want you guys to I reward people for taking action in life. Fortune, success, it favors the bold, people that want to take action. All right. So some of the most successful people, they take action. They don't sit on the fence. They don't ponder. So one of the things, if you inquire with us now and you apply and you get pre-approved, there's some things I'm going to include with this for the next 10 minutes. If you decide to apply with us and get pre-approved, we're going to include your appraisal. So that way you don't have to pay for the appraisal. That's a $550 value. You will not have to pay for that. And we'll also give you a free gift card to Starbucks if you apply now within the next 15 minutes. And we'll also give you a free copy of your credit report for free. You don't actually have to pay for that. So if you wait and you decide that you don't want to move forward and get started, then we're not going to be able to offer that free appraisal for you. But if you decide that you want to move forward, I can only offer that to the next 100 people. And you decide that you want to move forward and get pre-approved, you'll click on the link below. You'll fill out the application that'll come to my team. You'll upload your documents and like your W-2s, your pay stubs, your bank statements. You can email in or call in for support. For the next 100 people, I'm going to offer that free appraisal. We'll pay for that appraisal. Again, there's no application fee. You're not paying to get pre-approved with us. We'll also give you a free gift card to Starbucks. But after the next 15 minutes, we're getting rid of that. We're not going to be able to offer that. I can't do that for everybody. But if you decide to apply now and you move forward, like all the other thousands of people that I've helped, then I'll be able to help you to make that happen as well. So the thing is that it's on you now. I've given you the information, and now it's available. It's real simple. You click on the link below where it says Get Started. You fill out that information. You put your income in there, your employment. Upload your documents in the portal. You're going to create an account, and you can upload all your documents from your phone. You can take a picture and upload it right through there. It's all bank level security, so you don't have to worry about anything. And we'll have it done for you. You'll get pre-approved within 48 hours. We'll get back in touch with you. And the goal is to get you pre-approved and to connect you with a realtor and to get you out there and help you to start looking for your home today. Get what you deserve. Don't sit on the fence. Take action. Be an action taker. Let's make this happen with your life. Let's get you into a home. If you have any questions, reach out to our support team. Our support team is available 24/7 by phone or email. I want to be here to help you to get you into a home, to make it happen, just like I did with the Barker family and all the other thousands of people I've helped. And if you apply now and you get started, we'll include that appraisal, the free gift card, and a free copy of your credit report. But I can only do that for the next 100 people. I look forward to seeing you on the other end and look forward to meeting you one day and helping you to get into your home. If you have any questions, reach out to us by support at angelochristianmortgage.com or text or call our number. You guys, thank you so much for checking us out. I look forward to helping you get into a home. And if you need anything at all, please reach out to my team or myself. I'm here to help you 24/7. Take care and God bless. Be great.